Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Tier List Tuesday. Today, in order to celebrate the release of the new Batman film, I thought we would take a look at Batman's Rogues Gallery, his collection of villains, zany, serious, and everything in between. Thought we'd give them a little ranking while Batman's a hot topic. Obviously, Batman is considered to be one of the best superheroes and also have one of the best collection of villains. It's probably him and Spider-Man are probably the two with the best, like, that's their villains, all right. So I thought this would be a fun thing to do, especially with that movie having just come out. I saw it this past weekend. It was pretty good. I think you should go check it out. I won't get into it in too much. If you guys would love to see a video review of the Batman, let me know. But for now, I'll leave you with, it was a very realistic take on the Batman. I think it was pretty well made, and if you like Batman, I think you'll like the movie. But without further ado, let's dive in. We're going to be ranking them on a scale from wonderful to unbearable. We grade on a curve, so there will be at least one person in every tier. Let's dive in, starting with Harley Quinn, Joker's gal pal, hot and crazy. I think Harley Quinn is an A-tier villain, right? Like, she's got her own TV show. She's been pretty beloved lately. Gotta love Harley Quinn. Fun stuff. There's some, Suicide Squad. She can be a good guy sometimes. Obviously, she's a villain, but I think you got a lot to work with Harley Quinn. I think I'll put her in the A tier. Killer Croc. Killer Croc is just a alligator man. He's cool. I like that conceptually, but there's not much substance there. He's just a big guy who's also an alligator. I'm thinking possibly C tier, but I think we'll start him in the D tier for now. Those are the kinds of villains that are gonna get like low. Just like, okay, we got a gimmick here. Clayface, another big scary guy, but on top of that, he can make himself look like anybody. So I think that's really cool. Gonna give him the B tier, I think. I like it. I don't think Clayface is used as often as he should be. I think he's really cool. The Riddler. The Riddler is absolutely a wonderful tier villain, man. I love the Riddler. I liked his portrayal in the new movie. I love him with Jim Carrey. So there's a big difference in Riddler portrayals, and he's always fun. I like the idea of like giving a riddle for crimes, and pairing that with the world's greatest detective in Batman. Pretty good stuff. Black Mask. Black Mask has become a little more known to people in recently with the Birds of Prey movie and the Arkham Knight game, or Arkham Origins. I forgot which one had Black Mask. I think it was Origins. He's pretty good. He's basically just a crime boss. There are a lot of crime bosses in the Batman universe. You got Black Mask, you got Penguin, you got like Falcone. You got a bunch, but I like Black Mask's presentation. I think I'll give him a C. Now we've got a lady with a sword. I don't know if this is supposed to be Katana or Talia al Ghul, or could even be someone else, lady something from a lot of people. This could be. Regardless, it's like a lady with a sword who probably works for the League of Shadows. League of Shadows is cool. I like the League of Shadows. I'm thinking C tier for lady League of Shadows person. It's the one character I don't think I'm 100% certain on who they are. If it's Talia al Ghul, I think I'm cool with the C tier. If it's Katana, I'd probably put her lower. I'll treat her as though she's Talia al Ghul. And if she's neither one of them, let me know in the comments who you think it is, and I will comment where they should have gone. Next up, Deathstroke. Deathstroke's awesome. I mean, growing up with Teen Titans, man, like, we love Slade. Deathstroke he's just a cool guy, man. He's like an assassin. Little bit like, you got like Deadshot back here, and they get compared all the time. But you gotta love Deathstroke. I think Deathstroke's an A tier villain for sure. I think he's there with Harley Quinn. Excellent villain. Red Hood. Red Hood is, more of an anti-hero. He does the thing Batman's not willing to do, which technically makes him a villain, but, interesting choice to include here. I don't disagree with it per se, but I like the inclusion. Red Hood's a great character. I think that's another A tier for me. I love Red Hood. Batman Who Laughs is like a different dimension Joker Batman, I think, which is cool conceptually, but I think it's a little too wacky. I know his comic was really good, but I think this is like a cool villain for like a one-off, but I don't think he's someone that I would consider a great Batman villain. So I'm gonna put him down here with Killer Croc. Firefly, he's a dude with a flamethrower and a wingsuit. Like, it's fun, it's silly, but I don't think he can go much higher than the D tier. I mean, like, it's gimmicky like these two. He's got his one thing. Joker. It's the Joker. It's the Joker, baby. We know where he's going. He's Batman's archnemesis. He's incredible. Can't have the Joker go anywhere else. He is a wonderful tier villain. Next up is Hush. Hush is pretty cool. I like Hush's whole deal. The only issue with Hush, and it's not an issue really, is there's so many characters that do the like, Batman's not taking things seriously, so I gotta take it into my own hands, and doesn't want to butt heads with him. And I don't think he does it quite as good as Red Hood. So I'm gonna put him one tier down. I'm gonna put Hush in the B tier. I like Hush, but that's what I'm putting. Mad Hatter, really cool in the games, really stupid villain. He hypnotizes people. It's kind of fun. I like Alice in Wonderland illusions, but I don't think he's all that in a bag of chips. I think he's like C tier in a bag of chips. Victor Zsasz, simply a psychopath who kills people, and every time he kills someone, he puts a scar on his body. Cool character. Not a lot to work with, but you know, I like his inclusion. I think he's another C tier character. I like Victor Zsasz. Deadshot is just slightly worse than Deathstroke, and we will reflect that as such. He's a sharpshooter, no swords though. Deathstroke has swords and is also just cooler, so one spot down. Hugo Strange does crazy experiments on people. Cool to see him on this list. I like Hugo Strange. I think he's also a B tier villain. I think, like, you know, crazy scientist is a fun gimmick for Batman to fight against. Prometheus is like evil Batman. His parents were like criminals that got killed by the police, and then he went away to train and became like the opposite of Batman. Not like a bizarro opposite, but like literally like he does what Batman does, but for the opposite reasons. Cool character, pretty new character. I think he's got like a current comic stint. He's neat. I'll give him like the anti-Batman can have like a B tier for sure. I think that's pretty cool. Scarface, I guess, is who we're counting as the villain here. This ventriloquist who claims that his puppet's a mafia boss. This guy's so stupid. I've seen him in the show and like on things. I just think it's such a dumb kid. Like I get it. He's got a zany group of villains. We got a human crocodile and like Joker Batman and like literally the Mad Hatter. But I just never thought Scarface was that cool. And follow that up with Man Bat, who is like, you think that was clearly they were thinking the opposite of Batman as a Man Bat, and they made this horrible abomination Man Bat thing, which is a little less, even less interesting than Killer Croc because of the pun, right? Like, you gotta give them a down rate for that. And then they corrected themselves. Prometheus is a way better like opposite of Batman, but yeah, Man Bat sucks. Anarchy. I don't remember anything about this guy outside of his name, and for that alone, that makes him unbearable, right? Like, you gotta be a memorable character. I don't think he's like a villain. I think we got another like Batman's not doing what needs to be done. I'll take it into my own hands. But like, you got Hush, you got Red Hood. Like, stop with that gimmick. Professor Pig again is just a serial killer. He's got like the pig head though. He was really cool in Gotham, but he's not the best character. I'm gonna put him in who we got up left. I think these other groups are gonna get kind of crowded. I'm gonna put him in Unbearable for now. He might get a boost up because I don't know how many people are going to the D tier that are left. Actually, you know what? I'll put him in the D tier. He's better than all the three of these guys. All right, Catwoman. Catwoman is, like the yin and yang for Batman. Cat thief, but he loves her. She helps him sometimes. Another like anti-hero situation. Think that I gotta put Catwoman in the A tier for now. I like Catwoman a lot. Don't know, she might breach in the Wonderful. We'll have to see, but I like Catwoman. A tier minimum for sure. Court of Owls are so cool, man. They have not gotten a live action adaptation yet outside of like Gotham, but it barely counts. the Court of Owls being like this secret hand that controls Gotham is such a cool concept that I actually thought they were going to do in the new Batman movie, and maybe they're holding off. It would have been a big jump to do in the first one, but they're really cool. I'd love to see some more of them. I think they are an A tier villain. If that's specifically Talon, because that's Talon at the front, I'd probably give it a move down because he's heavy, but I'm going to count it as like a representative of the Court of Owls as a whole. Two-Face is an A tier villain. Another mob boss, but he's got like the best gimmick ever with the coin flip and the half good, half bad. Like, you know, mood change is what the comic one kind of does, and like the TV show one. But like Harvey Dent in the Dark Knight, so good, great character. Bane, I love Bane. Bane's an A tier for sure. Big muscly luchador who does drugs to get even more muscly, like that. That is awesome. Love Bane. I like Dark Knight Rises Bane too, even though he's completely like not this character at all, totally different person. But you know, he is Bane to a degree, so I'll count that as well. A tier for Bane. Man, we're starting we're getting a little crowded here. Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul is I want to put him in the B tier, honestly. He's gonna be high B tier, but I've documented before that I don't love ninjas, and the League of Shadows is a league of ninjas. I appreciate him a little more because he's a little cooler than a ninja. He's like the leader, and he has the Lazarus Pit and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, he's a ninja leader, and I just don't think that's more interesting than the people that are going to be above him. He's got a lot of impact on Batman, so I'll give him that. But you know, as far as like the actual villain his interests goes, I think he's not that higher than some of these other ones. Scarecrow is pretty one-dimensional. His one dimension is cool. He makes you see things that scare you, but like once you get over it or like find a way to not fall for it, he's just a dude. I'm gonna put Scarecrow in the C tier. I like him a lot. He'll probably be the highest in the C tier, but you know, I think he's got room for growth personally. Mr. Freeze, that's an A tier villain, man. Ice to Meet You, the Ice Age. Mr. Freeze is fun. He's also a really neat, like, tragic character. He's doing this whole thing trying to help his wife. Cool character. Penguin, the OG mob boss. I gotta tell you, man, he's good. He's great, but I don't think I like him as much as Two-Face. I'm gonna put him in the A tier. And that might feel like a robbery. A lot of you probably think he deserves to be up here in the wonderful tier. I'll give him high A, but like he's not doing the same thing that the Joker, the Riddler, and Two-Face are doing, man. They perfectly combine sadistic and wacky, and he's just like a schlub with a mafia connection who looks like a penguin. Like, I get it, but like you got a cooler gimmick right there. And finally, Poison Ivy. Actually, I'm gonna put Poison Ivy in the wonderful tier. I know she doesn't grapple up with Batman too often, but her power is so cool, and I'm shocked that she ever loses. She can control plants and like just seduce men. Like, that's half of the people that can stop her off the board, and also controlling plants is like a crazy superpower. I think she's really cool. I think she deserves like some major villain like arc. I'm sure she has got, there's a billion Batman. I'm sure she gets one at some point, but like I'd like to see more Ivy representation. I think we might make some moves here. I think I'm going to comfortably say right now that I'm going to move one person from the A tier up into the wonderful tier. Who it is, we'll discuss when we get there. Unbearable. I actively dislike Scarface. I have no memory of you, and Man-Bat is silly. So I think this is what I'll do. D tier. I actually like Firefly the most, then Croc, then Batman Who Laughs, then Professor Pig. I think that's reasonable. I think Firefly is another character that like needs a little more like screen time. He's cool, man. He's like, you know, big fire guy. Like, why Ice Guy is awesome and beloved. If like Fire Guy can get there, just the issues with fire is so much more reasonable to have. Like the ice gun is like, whoa, he made an ice gun. But fire is like, that's the thing. All right, it's flamethrower. Get at the grocery store. All right, Black Mask. I'm gonna say Talia al Ghul, Mad Hatter, Zsasz, and Scarecrow. I will put Scarecrow at the top of this list. Mad Hatter at the bottom. And there it is. I like that. So Mad Hatter, then Zsasz, then Talia, then Black Mask, and then Scarecrow can cap it off at the top. They all do unique things, you know. We got like creepy serial killer. We got Alice in Wonderland motif, which I mean, as an English major, I like wrote theory papers on Alice in Wonderland. Like, you think I'd like this more, but he's a little too bleh. Black Mask is cool. I'd like to see. I think Black Mask is up and coming. Could get some more screen time. Get some more belovedment. It's a word. And Scarecrow at the top. Clayface, Hush, Deadshot, Hugo, Prometheus, Roz. Deadshot, Prometheus. That's the bottom, I believe for sure. Then Hugo Strange. Then Hush, Clayface, Ra's al Ghul. I think that's reasonable. He's an important character. I gotta give him the respect. Top of the B tier is where I'll put him. Clayface is awesome though. I love the fact that he's a big, scary beat 'em up like Killer Croc, but also has that like I'm gonna change how I look espionage element. Makes him really interesting to me. Everyone likes Hush. This might even be considered low for Hush, but again, just looking at this screen, look at how many people are like, I got guns because Batman's not willing to do what it takes. There's another one. Where is he? He doesn't have the guns, but you know, do something else. All right. A tier. Who's the worst up here? This is tough. I think Penguin is the lamest up here. I think he's where he needs to be. Then I'm gonna go with. Honestly, it's like kind of in a pretty good order. I think I'm gonna do Penguin. I'll put Bane under Freeze. I like Bane a lot personally, but I think I can acknowledge that Freeze is a little bit better of a character. Then I'm gonna do Court of Owls, Deathstroke, Catwoman, and I will move one of these two up to the wonderful tier. And you know what? Love the Red Hood. I don't think he's enough of a villain to justify being a wonderful tier villain. I think he's actually too good. I'm gonna give Harley Quinn the wonderful bump. A lot of people like Harley Quinn. I think it's a reasonable choice. She's got a lot of good stuff she does on her own. If you play the Telltale games, she's a great character. There's a lot of different types of Harley Quinn. Don't just look at the Harley Quinn movie version of Margot Robbie, who, you know, it's a fun character, but like, I'm not trying to say that Harley Quinn is one of the top 5 Batman villains, but there are versions of Harley Quinn that get there. So I think she deserves the bump, and I'll give it to her. Wonderful tier. I'm gonna put Harley Quinn at the bottom because she just squeaked her way in. Then Two-Face, Ivy, Riddler, Joker. I'm tempted to put Ivy above the Riddler, but I don't think I can. I think this is correct. Joker, he was always going to be number 1 on this list. No one should be shocked. He is the quintessential opposite of Batman in every way, and him doing all of his wacky crimes while Batman refuses to kill him. There is such a give and take relationship there that it never could have been anyone else. I like the Riddler's gimmick, I think, the most. I like the Riddler, I like leaving little puzzles to solve. Like, if you solve this puzzle, you will prevent a crime. I love that element. And like I said, I think Ivy is the strongest. I think Ivy's the strongest villain I think Batman's got from the collection I've been given, and I think she deserves more. Two-Face is my favorite. Like, I am just simply a crime boss, and then Harley Quinn is, you know, sidekick to the greatest villain, can justify a strong villainous nature in themselves. So this is going to be the list. We got Scarface, Anarchy, Man-Bat, Professor Pig, Batman Who Laughs, Killer Croc, Firefly, Mad Hatter, Zaz. I'm still going with Talia al Ghul, Black Mask, Scarecrow, Deadshot, Prometheus, Hugo Strange, Hush, Clayface, Ra's al Ghul, Penguin, Bane, Freeze, Court of Owls, Deathstroke, Catwoman, Red Hood, Harley Quinn, Two-Face, Ivy, Riddler, and the Joker. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think. How would you have done this villain list differently? Let me know what you think of the new Batman movie. You can leave and be like, let's say spoiler, and then like, you know, ... in the comments, so people who are checking out down there don't get the movie spoiled for themselves. But I'm genuinely curious to see what you would think. If a longer video that's actually me reviewing a movie is something that would interest you, let me know in the comments. It's something I've been considering doing. I don't know exactly how I would do it yet, but it's something I've wanted to do, and I want to keep gauging interest. That's something that you would come watch. Let me know. Let me know about the tier list. Let me know if there's any villains you think we're missing from here that deserve the bump. Like, where's Condiment King? Where's Calendar Man? Like, if you're thinking that, like I am, let me know. And other than that, I think I will check you guys out next time you check me out. Peace out.